Have you ever wondered why some people in their 70s wake up with the kind of calm energy most of us have not felt since our 20s, while others struggle with bloating, brain fog, or constant fatigue? Here's a surprising clue. The difference might begin with something as ordinary as a cup of yogurt. Now that may sound almost too simple. But emerging research in microbiology and neuroscience is showing that yogurt, real, fermented, probiotic-rich yogurt, does not just affect digestion. It can reshape how your immune system communicates, how your brain regulates stress and mood, and even how efficiently your muscles recover and your metabolism burns energy. In one study published by Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health, adults who ate yogurt daily had significantly lower markers of chronic inflammation, one of the root drivers of aging, joint stiffness, and metabolic slowdown. And another fascinating paper in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that the gut bacteria stimulated by yogurt directly influence the brain's production of GABA and serotonin, two neurotransmitters tied to relaxation, motivation, and sleep quality. So, what's really happening inside your body when you eat yogurt every day? Is it just about calcium and protein? Or is there a deeper brain-body transformation that begins in your gut? In this video, we're diving into 6 science-backed ways daily yogurt reshapes your biology, from your immune defenses to your mental clarity, and what kind of yogurt actually works, because not all are created equal, and if you stay until the end, I will share one unexpected reason why timing, when you eat yogurt, might be the missing key to its full-body benefits. Before we dive in, hit like and comment your age. I'm genuinely curious how many of you are using fermented foods daily. It helps this community grow and keeps these science-based tools free for everyone. All right, let's begin with what I think is one of the most fascinating effects of yogurt on the human body, something researchers are calling the gut-brain rewiring phenomenon. You have probably heard the phrase, "trust your gut." But what if that phrase is more literal than we ever imagined? Inside your body, there's a dense communication highway connecting your digestive system and your brain, called the gut-brain axis. It's lined with over 100 million neurons, roughly the same number as in a cat's brain. And here's the fascinating part. The signals that travel along this pathway can directly influence how you feel, think, and even age. Now, when you eat yogurt, real, live-culture yogurt, you're introducing billions of beneficial bacteria into that ecosystem. These are not just passengers. They're chemical messengers that help your gut send healthier, more balanced signals to your brain. Here's what the research shows. A landmark study from UCLA used MRI brain scans and found that people who consumed probiotic yogurt daily for 4 weeks showed decreased activity in brain regions linked to stress and anxiety, and increased connectivity in regions that control emotional regulation. In simpler terms, their brains became calmer and more resilient to daily stress. So, what's happening under the hood? When probiotics in yogurt reach your gut, they produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, the very same chemicals your brain uses to stabilize mood. They also reduce the production of inflammatory molecules that can cloud thinking or trigger anxious thoughts. If you have ever noticed that your focus or patience drops after a heavy meal, that's not your imagination. Your gut microbiome is influencing your brain's chemistry every single day. Here's a simple tool you can use. Try eating a small serving of plain, unsweetened yogurt about 30 minutes after breakfast. When your cortisol levels, your body's natural stress hormone, are still elevated, the beneficial bacteria can help modulate that stress response, stabilizing energy and mental clarity through the morning. Do this consistently for 10 days and pay attention to your emotional baseline. You may notice less irritability, better concentration, and deeper sleep at night. Most people underestimate how powerful this connection is. We often look for mood fixes in supplements or pills, but sometimes The switch is as close as your kitchen fridge. If this insight is opening your eyes to how interconnected your body truly is, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here that believes science is not just something to study, it's something to live by. And stay with me, because now we will go beyond the brain and talk about something just as fascinating. How daily yogurt actually trains your immune system, like a gym workout for your white blood cells, and why that matters even more after 50. Let's talk about your immune system, not as a wall that blocks disease, but as a learning organism. Every day it's gathering data, training, and adapting, just like your muscles or your brain. And here's something fascinating. When you eat yogurt daily, you're giving your immune system a training partner. See, your gut is not just about digestion. It's home to nearly 70% of your immune cells. That's right. Most of your immune system actually lives in your intestines. And those immune cells are in constant conversation with the trillions of microbes that live there. When those microbes are balanced and diverse, your immune system stays calm, accurate, and strong. When they're not, your body can slip into a state scientists call chronic low-grade inflammation, the silent background process behind fatigue, stiffness, allergies, and accelerated aging. Here's what the research shows. A 2019 study from the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate probiotic-rich yogurt daily for 12 weeks had a 30% increase in natural killer cell activity. Those are the front-line immune, defenders that identify and eliminate viruses and abnormal cells. Even more interesting, they also had lower levels of C-reactive protein, a key inflammation marker linked to arthritis, heart disease, and brain fog. So what's really happening when you eat yogurt? The probiotics interact with immune cells in the gut wall, teaching them to distinguish between true threats and harmless stimuli. Think of it like refining your immune system's judgment, less false alarms, fewer flare-ups. In a way, yogurt does not just boost immunity, it trains it. It teaches your body how to respond, not just react. Now here's a simple, science-backed tool you can try. If you're over 50, aim for a serving of fermented yogurt containing Lactobacillus casei or Bifidobacterium lactis, two strains that have been most studied for immune modulation. Take it during or right after a meal that includes fiber, say oats or fruit, to feed both your immune cells and the beneficial bacteria. It's like giving your gut an instant feedback loop for stronger, smarter immune defense. Have you noticed you catch colds more easily now than you did in your 30s? Tell me in the comments, because what you're feeling might not be just aging. It could be your gut ecosystem signaling for support. If this kind of practical, science-backed approach resonates with you, make sure you're subscribed. It helps keep these tools circulating to more people who need them, and stay tuned. Because next, we will explore something most people overlook: how yogurt quietly rejuvenates your digestive system, even if you have struggled with bloating, acid reflux, or irregularity for years. The science on this next part might just change the way you look at your gut forever. If you have ever felt bloated after eating, or noticed that your digestion is not quite as smooth as it was in your 30s, you're not alone. As we age, the diversity of our gut bacteria, the trillions of microbes that help us break down food and absorb nutrients, naturally declines. It's like going from a full symphony orchestra to a few tired instruments. The result? Slower digestion, more discomfort, and less energy from the same meals. But here's the encouraging news. Daily yogurt can begin to restore that orchestra. It does not just sit in your stomach, it repopulates your microbiome with living cultures that help re-establish balance and resilience in your gut ecosystem. A clinical trial, published in Clinical Nutrition, followed older adults who ate plain probiotic yogurt twice a day for 8 weeks. The results were remarkable. They experienced fewer digestive complaints, better bowel regularity, and even improved absorption of key nutrients like vitamin B12 and calcium. That's not magic, it's microbiology. Here's what's happening. The beneficial bacteria in yogurt, such as Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus, produce enzymes that pre-digest lactose and proteins, making them easier for your gut to handle. They also generate short-chain fatty acids, molecules that nourish the cells lining your intestines, helping repair the gut barrier that often weakens with age. Think of these bacteria as tiny housekeepers, cleaning up inflammation, tightening the walls of your gut, and restoring order where chaos once ruled. There's also a powerful brain connection here. When your digestion improves, your brain receives cleaner, steadier signals. You may notice fewer energy crashes, less bloating-related anxiety, and better concentration throughout the day. That's the gut-brain axis at work again, but now functioning smoothly because your digestive foundation is stronger. Here's a simple protocol to test. Try adding half a cup of unsweetened Greek or Icelandic yogurt after your largest meal of the day. The extra protein supports digestion and helps your gut microbes work overnight while you rest. Within a week, you might notice lighter digestion, better sleep, and even less morning stiffness, because inflammation and gut health are deeply connected. Have you tried this before, adding yogurt daily, and noticed any difference? Share it in the comments. Your experiences often help someone else start their own health journey, and if this kind of evidence-based calm science is helping you make sense of your body again, consider subscribing. We dive deep into how food, movement, and mindset shape your biology, and how to use that knowledge to age with power, not fear. Now, let's take this one step further. Because while yogurt helps your gut and brain, it's also doing something quietly revolutionary for your body's structure, your muscles and bones. Now we will look at how yogurt's unique blend of protein, calcium and probiotics can keep you strong, mobile and pain-free, even into your 70s and beyond. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that as we age, we can eat the same meals we always did, but our muscles seem to recover slower and our bones feel just a little stiffer? That's not just aging, it's biochemistry. And yogurt, of all things, might hold a key to reversing part of that process. You see, maintaining muscle mass and bone density after 50 is about far more than exercise. It's about nutrient synergy, how certain nutrients interact to become more effective. And yogurt happens to be one of the few foods on Earth where this synergy naturally occurs. Here's what I mean. Each spoonful of real yogurt contains high-quality protein, rich in essential amino acids like leucine, the same amino acid used in clinical studies to stimulate muscle protein synthesis in older adults. At the same time, that protein is paired with calcium and phosphorus, minerals that strengthen bone tissue and support nerve and muscle function. But here's the crucial twist. The probiotics in yogurt improve mineral absorption, meaning your body actually uses more of what you eat. A study from the University of Missouri found that older adults who consumed yogurt with live cultures daily for 12 weeks retained more lean muscle mass compared to those who consumed milk with the same protein content. Why? Because probiotics enhance the gut's ability to absorb amino acids and calcium, turning good nutrition into actual tissue repair. And there's more. Yogurt's natural peptides, small protein fragments created during fermentation, may reduce the activity of an enzyme called myostatin, which normally limits muscle growth. By slightly suppressing that break, your muscles can stay more responsive to even light strength exercise. Here's a simple, research-aligned habit you can test. After any kind of resistance or bodyweight training, even a 15-minute walk with light weights, have a serving of Greek yogurt within 30 minutes. The protein supports recovery, the calcium helps calm muscle contractions, And the probiotics reduce post-exercise inflammation. In other words, it's a recovery system in a cup. And if you have ever woken up with that stiff, achy feeling that takes a few minutes to shake off, this simple timing strategy can make a real difference in just a few weeks. By the way, if you're finding value in how small, daily habits can completely reshape your physiology, make sure to subscribe and hit like. It helps this community grow, and it tells YouTube that older adults do care about real science, not quick fixes, because now we're diving into one of yogurt's most underrated powers, how it helps regulate your metabolism, the very system that determines your energy, fat storage, and blood sugar balance. And what I will share now might surprise you, especially if you have ever tried to lose weight by cutting dairy. Have you ever noticed how, as we move into our 50s and 60s, it becomes easier to gain weight, even when our diet has not really changed? You might eat less, but the scale still creeps upward, energy dips faster, and recovery feels slower. This is not just slowed metabolism. It's a shift in how your body responds to insulin. And yogurt may play a bigger role in fixing that than most people realize. Here's the science. Insulin is your body's traffic controller for energy. It decides whether calories get used for fuel or stored as fat. But over time, stress, inflammation, and nutrient deficiencies can make your cells less sensitive to insulin's signal, a condition called insulin resistance. That's when blood sugar stays high, fat storage increases, and your energy roller coasters throughout the day. Now, yogurt, especially varieties with live probiotic cultures, appears to help recalibrate that system. According to a 2020 Harvard study tracking more than 100,000 adults, people who regularly ate fermented dairy products like yogurt had a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who consumed non-fermented dairy or sugary snacks. The reason is biochemical. Certain probiotic strains, particularly Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium lactis, produce compounds that reduce gut inflammation and improve insulin receptor activity in your muscles and liver. In plain language, yogurt helps your body hear insulin's signal again. There's also the satiety factor. Yogurt's unique combination of protein, fat, and probiotics slows gastric emptying, meaning you stay fuller longer. That reduces unnecessary snacking, stabilizes blood sugar, and teaches your body to burn fat more efficiently between meals. It's why some researchers now call yogurt a metabolic anchor food. Here's a simple protocol you can test for yourself. Try swapping your usual mid-afternoon snack, maybe chips or a granola bar, for one serving of plain Greek yogurt with a few berries. The natural sugars in fruit provide mild energy, while the probiotics and proteins stabilize insulin response. Do this daily for 2 weeks and track your afternoon energy and cravings. You may find your 3 p.m. slump fades, and that's a powerful signal your metabolism is balancing itself again. And here's a fascinating bonus effect. Better insulin sensitivity means more efficient fat metabolism, especially in the abdominal region, where many older adults struggle to lose weight despite dieting. So, before you think about cutting dairy entirely, ask yourself this: what if it's not the yogurt that's the problem, but the type of yogurt and the timing? Because next, we're exploring one final effect that might just tie everything together: longevity. Now you will learn how yogurt's probiotic power does not just protect your gut, brain, and muscles. It may actually help you age slower on a cellular level. And I will share a simple 7-day challenge to experience it yourself. Here's something few people realize. Aging is not just about time, it's about inflammation. Scientists even have a name for it: inflammaging, the slow, quiet buildup of inflammatory signals that gradually weaken your cells, joints, and even your brain. And one of the most powerful yet natural ways to counter that process might already be sitting in your refrigerator: yogurt. It sounds simple, But here's the biology. Every spoonful of fermented yogurt carries billions of probiotics that help regulate your immune system, reduce intestinal permeability, and suppress the release of inflammatory cytokines, tiny signaling proteins that accelerate cellular wear and tear. This anti-inflammatory action is not just about gut comfort. It influences your entire body's aging process, including your brain's resilience and cognitive longevity. A remarkable study from the University of Virginia found that probiotics can increase levels of tryptophan, the amino acid precursor to serotonin, a molecule not only linked to mood but also to neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to adapt, repair and form new connections even later in life. And research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who consumed yogurt daily had lower oxidative stress markers and better overall nutrient status, both major predictors of longer, healthier lifespans. But here's where it gets even more interesting. When your gut microbiome is balanced, it does not just calm inflammation, it sends protective signals to your mitochondria, the energy-producing powerhouses inside your cells. These signals help maintain efficient energy metabolism, reduce cellular rust, and even preserve telomere length, one of the most direct biological indicators of aging. So yes, the simple act of eating yogurt daily may literally help your cells stay younger, longer. Here's a reflective, practical tool. Start a 7-day yogurt ritual. Each morning before coffee, have half a cup of plain Greek or Icelandic yogurt with a sprinkle of flaxseed or chia. Use those 7 days as a self-experiment. Track your energy, digestion and mood. Then ask yourself, do I feel lighter, clearer, or more stable through the day? Because that feeling is not placebo. It's physiology in motion. Now, I want to know from you, do you already eat yogurt daily? And if so, have you noticed a difference in how your body or mind feels? Share it in the comments. Your experiences often spark someone else's change. And if this journey through the science of longevity and nutrition resonates with you, make sure to subscribe. We're building a community that believes aging is not decline, it's adaptation. And understanding the biology behind it gives you the power to shape how you age. Now, let's wrap this up by bringing all 6 insights together. And I will leave you with a challenge that could shift the way you think about your body for good. So let's step back and look at what's really happening when you eat yogurt every day. It's not just a snack. It's a biological conversation between your gut, your brain, your immune system, and every cell in your body. And when that conversation becomes balanced, something remarkable happens. Your energy stabilizes, your thinking clears, your digestion calms, and your entire system begins to feel younger from the inside out. We have seen today how 6 interconnected mechanisms explain this transformation. First, yogurt enhances gut-brain communication, reshaping mood, focus, and emotional stability by improving neurotransmitter balance. Second, it trains your immune system, helping it respond intelligently instead of overreacting, a subtle but powerful shift that protects your long-term health. Third, it rejuvenates digestion, restoring microbial diversity and healing the gut lining that supports your body's overall resilience. Fourth, yogurt provides a protein-calcium synergy that strengthens both muscle and bone, the physical foundation of independence and mobility as we age. Fifth, it resets metabolism, improving insulin sensitivity and helping your body burn energy efficiently. And finally, it promotes longevity by reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, slowing cellular aging itself. All of that from a single, simple food you can find in almost any grocery store. Here's the truth. Science is finally confirming what many long-lived cultures have known for centuries. Fermented foods are not just tradition, they're medicine in disguise. The Bulgarian villagers and Okinawan centenarians who eat yogurt daily are not chasing trends. they're tapping into biology's oldest secret. When you care for your microbiome takes care of you. Now, let's make this personal. Starting tomorrow morning, take on what I call the 7-day yogurt reset. Here's how it works. Choose a plain, unsweetened yogurt with live cultures. Eat half a cup once a day, ideally in the morning or after your main meal. Pair it with a small amount of fiber, fruit, oats, or chia, to feed your gut bacteria. Keep everything else in your diet the same. Then, simply observe. Notice how your digestion feels. Notice your energy in the afternoon. Notice whether you fall asleep a bit easier or wake up more refreshed. Because when you start paying attention to these subtle biological signals, you begin to realize you have far more influence over your health than you think. And if you do try this, I'd love to hear from you. After 7 days, come back to this video and comment what changed for you, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Your experience might inspire someone else who's just starting their journey. Before you go, if this helps you understand your body in a deeper, more empowering way, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. This channel is built on a simple mission: to help people live with more clarity, strength, and balance through real science, not quick fixes. Together, we're proving that aging does not have to mean decline. It can mean mastery. I will see you in the next video, where we will explore how a single morning habit can sharpen your focus, lower blood pressure, and rewire your brain's stress response in less than 10 minutes. You would not want to miss that one.